Happy New Year, folks. We're going on a walk with Moongie, and I'm reflecting on 2023 and the years before that too. I wanted to share some really important wisdom that I discovered for myself. Again, of course, the spiritual journey is like, I figured that out years ago, and then you forget it, and then you figure it out again, right? So the theme for 2024 for me is luck, and getting back into that space of that, where you're flowing with the river of synchronicities, and you're in that place. And I just gotta say, these past 3 years, they've been total shit, like really intense, and a lot of polarity and a lot of density coming up. And I got lost in it for a minute. I don't know about you guys, but we're walking Moon, so I'm gonna keep my eye on him. But I definitely got lost in it. And I'm someone, this is how this goes, right? I'm someone who wrote an international best-selling book that's about training your mind and always being able to focus on the positive, no matter what's going on. That way you can have the life you want to have, and you can feel the way you want to feel, and you're not at the mercy of external circumstances. And that book became an international bestseller because it touched a lot of people, and a lot of people aren't told you can think what you want, you can feel how you want, you have that power. You got to cultivate it if you don't know how to, but you can easily cultivate it. And when I figured that out, it was such a light bulb for me. It changed my whole life. I had to tell people. I wrote a book. People loved it. And then, that now is probably over 10 years ago. But as legend has it, the world changed again. And we went through some collective dark shit. So many things happened that really rocked my world. I don't know how you guys handled it, but I let a lot of it get to me. And the way that I saw the world before this past 3-year shit show was, everything's an opportunity. Everything's a catalyst to propel you into something better. Even if something looks shitty right now, you find the good in it. You're a medicine hunter. You always got to find the good in it, and you got to take that good, you got to amplify it. And that's our job. That's our job as a sovereign human being that can do whatever the heck we want. No one's a victim, ever. Literally ever. I'm sure I'll get some gruff in the comments for that, but I don't believe anyone's a victim ever, and I can go into more about why if you guys want me to, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I'm getting back into my synchronized luck phase of my vibrational resonance, and that's been long overdue because of the shit that I accepted into my life just due to what was going on collectively for the past 3 years. And if you're interested in the book, it's called Follow the Medicine, Awakening Self-Empowerment. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website. And Moon's is on the move again. So long story short, I felt a lot of my own density come up, and I got stuck in some of it. I went from, feeling really, really, really like I was creating my own reality. When I was running a couple of successful companies in Northern California, I was making a ton of money. I wasn't really living the life of my dreams yet. The life of my dreams were to live on a horse ranch in the middle of nowhere, like I am now. So that was my dream. And for some reason, I got stuck in the success of my success, and instead of pulling out and getting a ranch somewhere where I could live on a homestead and be self-sustainable, I had to get my ass kicked to get here. And that's what the past 3 years did, when all of our rights started being taken away. And it looked like they were going to start just what's that word where you strangling off all of our freedoms. And if I was not living where I could supply myself, then I wasn't going to be free. Not with the way this government was going. So that's the kick in the pants that I got in 2020. It really just took a few weeks few weeks in Northern California in 2020, and I was like, all right, I'm going to sell everything and I'm going to live my dream. What was perceived as a really intense, dense, freedom-grabbing, awful, manipulative, fearful situation was the kick in the pants that got me to Starwalker Ranch. So, that being said, that is how I got here. But I wasn't accepting it, and I wasn't happy about it. I was pissed about it. I was pissed because it felt like I was being forced into things. And now, we're coming up on 2024, and we're coming up on 2024, and I'm reflecting a lot on what's been going on and how I've been feeling. And I got real with myself, and I realized, like, I'm not the happy-go-lucky girl that I was before all this shit changed. I'm not crushing it like I was. Yes, I'm on the ranch of my dreams. Yes, I'm living with horses for the first time. And so there were all these things that were like, I was in a state of awe about, gratitude. I was simultaneously feeling all those things while also having a really shitty attitude about the world. And what I realized was the past 3 years was so traumatic. It was so traumatic. Even for someone, you guys, even for someone, and I'm not saying this to like, just say it, but even for someone that studied and wrote an international best-selling book on this subject, me, I got swept away by the negativity of the past 3 years. And even though I was grateful every day, which I was, and I had blissful moments, which I did, and I had enlightening experiences, which I did, I had this underlying attitude that the world had gone to shit. And I had normalized it in my circumstances, and therefore I was kind of unaware of it. And now 2024 is coming. And so I always start to do some deep dives before 2024 hits. And I really want to look at what I'm not facing so that I can have an even better life in 2024. There are things that I desire and I want to create for myself and my family, my animal family next year. I want to get us more land. I want to get a colt and have babies and do all these things, right? So I want that aspect of my life to grow. And when I started looking at it, I looked inside internally and I was like, I have a really bad attitude. And it's this like pessimistic vibe that I am just not familiar with having, but I have somehow allowed it to latch onto me. And as a repercussion of this past 3 years that we've all collectively gone through. And so I just sunk into it and I felt it and I realized that I'm going to consciously step back into my lucky serendipitous Scarlet for 2024. I'm going to let go, forgive everything about what we all just survived basically the past 3 years and reignite and recultivate the compassion and the kindness and just the can do. It's more about like, because luck is attached. If you want to be lucky, by the way, you can choose to be lucky. It's attached to expectations. If you have expectations that things are always going to go good for you and you're always going to get more than you asked for and you're always going to be aligned with the right people at the right time, and that's what you expect out of life, that's what's going to happen. That's how lucky people are lucky. So it's self-cultivated. Or you can choose to be pessimistic and base your current and future life on your past experiences and kind of perpetuate hurt feelings and think nothing's good's gonna happen for me and I'm a victim and tooey. And I had a bit of that. I just realized that I've been carrying a bit of that shitty attitude. And I'm just ready to face it and let it go. I thought it would be important to talk about it. It was so unknown that it was even in my system. I was like, man, maybe if I share this, other people will be able to upgrade themselves more too, because they'll have more awareness also. And so as we collectively step into a brand new year together, it's 2024, I fully expect all of us to be extremely lucky, extremely joyful, play with the power we have, play with our creativity, create that life that we want to create, and really get into our own superpowers. I really love you guys. Thank you for the love and support. I had a vision to build this channel really big because my passion to share my connection to animals and the natural kingdom, it's huge. I really want to share this with you guys. I want to share how just living in quiet on land with animals is so beneficial. When you grow your own food and you have your own chicken eggs, you know, and then you see all this stuff on this news where people are worried about empty shelves and worried about the price of eggs. Well, if you're doing it all yourself, literally, no matter what's going on outside of you, you just don't feel the ripples anymore. It's kind of like, all right, y'all want to play Crazy Town? Buy a ticket to Crazy Town. Go on and play. Live in a city. But if you want to have some other type of an experience, you can cultivate that too. And that's all I really wanted to say. So happy 2024. Happy New Year's, guys. I'll see you next year.